Hello everyone and welcome back to Only Axis Count. I am your archery instructor. My name is Dee. Today we're going to be installing my TrueBall Achieve XP sight. I have my scope on there also because that's going to help with my second axis. Before we had gotten our rest level with the bow and the string right down the riser and the rest in line with the arrow and the arrow in line with the bow. And now it's attached. So what I'm going to do next is adjust the first axis, which is the bar that the scope is attached to. Just like my rest, I had to manufacture a bracket to push it away from the center so that I have room to line everything up in the center, and with having to add extra room to the right, TrueBall actually makes a bracket to move the sight over to the right as well, and to move it over to the left you just flip it upside down and it goes on the other side. So I have my bracket which my bar attaches to, and then this section here is how I adjust my second axis and my third axis. I am only using this bow for USA Archery, so I don't need my third axis set up. For my first axis, I'm going to slide this back for a moment to grab this. Make sure that's back in the shot. My Hamskea level. See here, it has a little white tip. On the other side, there's notches for my screws, but I'm going to use this on that side. I'm going to make that adjustment so that that screw fits right into there. And then the flat side fits right here on the flat side of the bar. Now, right now it's showing that it's leaning more to the left, and I'm going off of the level that is here with the level that is on the string. I'm using the level that levels it left and right. So I'm going to make sure that the bow is centered left and right, make that small adjustment, and check my level. It's still off, leaning a little bit more to the left than what I would like. So I'm going to take my 9/64 stubby, break it loose right there, break it loose on the top, just enough so that I can make movements. Now with that, I'll make sure that it's where I want it on there. Make sure it's level, make sure it matches up. And it does. So I'm going to tighten that back down and make sure that it's level. And right now it is. So I can either break these two loose, or I can break these two loose, because the mounting bracket holds either side. Now, to check my second axis, I would look through my scope at my bubble inside my scope. But as I look down it now, it is totally level. So for that one, if I had to make an adjustment left or right, I would take this off, my first axis level, then I would use my, 1/8 stubby, come in, is it 1/8? No, it's a little smaller. 7/64 Yep, 7/64. I would loosen this bracket or loosen this screw, and then right next to it is another screw. I would loosen that up, and then I would adjust the scope up or down a little bit, snug it, not overly tight, just snug it first, and then check it, make small adjustments, and then snug it down firmly and snug the other one down. And that's how you level your first axis, which is the bar, and your second axis, which is the scope up or down. Now there's a third axis for when you're shooting field or 3D, where you have to aim uphill or downhill. And when you do that, you can either do it with two people, where one person is drawing the bow, and then there's, let's see here if I have one already attached to my other one. If I look in there, then look down here at my levels. No, I don't have one attached. It must be in my bag. Okay. Inside here, right here, is a threaded rod that comes out, and it's about that long and straight. And what that does is when you're at full draw, because there's tension on the bow, you will point it down like you were aiming downhill at a target that's below you, not directly below, but at an angle below, like if you were in a tree stand or on a hill and you were aiming downhill. And you will put like a plumb bob. A plumb bob is just tying a string to a weight that holds the weight, or holds the string nice and straight and long enough so that when you're aiming down and that bar is attached here and that straight threaded rod is here, you would line that straight or threaded rod to the string at an angle, and then look through your scope, and you would adjust your third axis, which pulls it or rotates it forward or back, because at full draw or at an angle, gravity works differently on the bubble. So with 1 and 2, it's a straight plane straight ahead, and third axis works with gravity going up or down. And it doesn't matter which one it is, you can point it straight up, but it's safer to, when you're at full draw, to be pointing down and you have your arrow in your on your string, because you don't want to draw back and not have anything in there, because accidents do happen. Okay. Sometime tomorrow I'll be at the range and we can go over some things that I'm going to be doing on the range there, as far as, because everything right now is set on the bow. The next thing I have to do is shoot it through paper and make sure that it's coming out of the bow straight, and I'll do that at 5 yards before it has chance to straighten up, before the fletchings have an opportunity to correct what's coming out of the bow. And that can be achieved as long as I have 5 yards to work with. Okay, so that'll cover everything for now. Also, this would be the same process if you had an Olympic recurve with a sight. They have a different type of scope, one that doesn't have any power or magnification added to it, because I believe that is not allowed in recurve. You can still have a sight, which is going to be usually just a small square with a little up pin, and at 70 meters, that's still, you can still see a great deal amount with that, even though it's way smaller than this, and this is smaller than a 3D scope. All right, so as always, I love you. hit that like, subscribe, comment. If there's something you want to have covered, let me know and I can go through it, and I'll see you in the next one.